Hello, come along with me today while I show you my new Canyon Endurace CF SLX bicycle. It's an extra large in this beautiful silver color. It's right here. Hello. And I'll show you the whole process of me taking it out of the box, putting it together and putting it on the trainer and let you know my opinions. But I can already tell you right now, it's pretty awesome. This bike was my replacement, or is my replacement, for the current Ultimate that I own, which I'm offering actually on for sale. So that's going to move on. It served me beautifully, but I'm looking for something for a little bit more comfort, longer rides, and most importantly, something that will take the integrated aero tri-bars that Canyon offers that you can insert right here on the stems. So come on, I'll show you everything. All right. So first things first, Canyon always has these really nice boxes, and you can see what they put on the front. It says, "Enjoy the ride." That's pretty cool. That's class. All right, let's take it out. I did watch the video in advance on how to put it together. And first thing we have here, seat post. There's going to be a lot of cardboard. So I'm going to put that cardboard just over here off the camera. I'll put the seat post there. Has a cute little reflector on it, which of course I'll take off pretty quickly. Then we have the gorgeous DT Swiss Arc wheels. These are the, DT Swiss Arc 1600. I had to get out my glasses for that one on the PSI. But the max air pressure in this is 50 bar or 70 PSI. I've never had tires this big before on a road bike and at that lower pressure. So I can't wait to see how they feel. Should be pretty comfortable. And the 32 millimeter tire, by the way, quite thick. All right. So I'm actually going to put that up here as well with my other goodies. Now, you may be wondering, so Mark, why the new bike? Well, I have the Ultimate already. I love it. I've had it for almost 5 years now. Still in love with it. Incredible bike. Definitely geared towards racing. But I wanted something also more comfortable that I could do for longer rides. I'm training more for longer distance events, half Ironman. And rather than a traditional, like a Speedmax, a Canyon Speedmax tri-bike, I decided to go with something in between. The Endurace has a more relaxed geometry, and it's geared to be a little bit more comfortable. So as I get older, I'm actually wanting more of that comfort for the longer rides. You know, still a race position. It's still very much a race bike, but I'm seeking more of that comfort. And there's another really cool feature that explains why I got this particular model that's related to triathlon, and I'll show you that in just a second. Okay. It took me a while to get situated, but I wanted to get all the packaging off and take off some of the reflectors and things so you could get a good look at the bike. And here it is, finally in its glory. I got that beautiful silver color. It has an official name. I'll try to remember what that is, but it looks so sharp. And it is an XL frame, and I am 6'4" or 1.92 m to give you a reference. And I went for the XL frame according to the Canyon sizing chart, and I also ride an XL in the Ultimate as well. So the first thing it wants me to do is to put the handlebars on, and this is where I can show you at the top of the handlebar there is a device that you can unscrew and place a computer mount, or more importantly to my needs, you can put a Triathlon aero bar extension here that allows you to use this bike and to go into an aero position that's integrated, not a clip-on. It is integrated thanks to this type of new stem that Canyon has come out with. And that was one of the main reasons I went for this particular bike, knowing I could put in an integrated aero bar system. Plus, they make a really cool kind of slammed aero handlebar setup that I plan to get as well, like the pros use, and that brings the bars in and has a shorter reach down here. And you can just change them out very easily. That's what I like about these Canyon models, that they're very interchangeable and they're very customizable. So pretty cool stuff. This one I wanted to show you because when you are torquing the handlebar bolts, under here there are two bolts here, and they label them A and B. A and B. I have to tighten A first to 3 Newton meters, and then B to 3 Newton meters, and repeat on the other side, and then tighten again up to 6 Newton meters. And they're very strict on this in the instructions. They must obviously know that's the best way to make it safe, because let's face it, your life is in the hands of these handlebars. Okay, I finally found the right size. So what I'm doing now, I'm just torquing to 3 Newton meters, and that torque wrench, of course, will click, starting with the A bolt. There, it clicked, and now I go to the B bolt. And that clicked, so all are tightened to 3 Newton meters. And now I'm going to bring it up to 6 Newton meters. So I'll start again with the A bolt on the other side. I need to increase my torque first. Okay, 6 Newton meters now. A bolt. Six. B bolt, 6, A bolt, other side, okay, front wheel is on. It's pretty easy, you know, it's standard disc brake on. And what's interesting is it comes with a tool. I guess we'll have to carry that separately. It doesn't stay on the bike. So maybe we can put that in the tool compartment, which, by the way, this one has this neat little tool compartment on the front part of the frame. Do you see this right here? And you can put your tools and things in here. That's another reason I wanted to get this bike. Very practical for storing tools and things. So this will probably go in there somewhere. That'll get your wheels off. All right, now the seat. Now this is very interesting. I need to show you something. So I had previously loosened this seat. This seat is adjustable angle by moving it up and down. Watch this. Do you see what I'm doing there? Yeah. I'm actually moving it with my hand, and you can adjust the angle by moving it with your hand like that. I've never seen such a thing. This is their comfort saddle. It's supposed to absorb a lot of shock when you're on rough roads, which, hello, Montgomery County, Maryland. That's all we have here. So that's cool. So I'm going to put this in now, and before I do that, I'm going to put some carbon assembly paste on it. And call me a wimp, but I'm going to use gloves on this one. Where do my gloves go? Here. And the reason we use this carbon assembly paste is to prevent rubbing noises and such. Carbon on carbon, and that makes that way you can avoid any kind of squeaking or creaking when you have carbon on carbon. So you just need to rub that on the seat post. Where am I rubbing that? I guess here. Of course, I just dropped a big hunk. Right on the chain ring. All right, let me be generous with it here. I have my own tube just in case. And let's slide that puppy in there. Oh, first I need to tighten with the angle. So give me 1 second and I'll tighten with the angle, and then we'll slide it in there. Okay, it took me a little while to get the seat angle to where I think I might want it. I'm going to put it on my trainer later and see how it does. But I wanted to show you side by side the Endurace with the Ultimate. You can see the Endurace is ever so slightly taller, and it's hard to maybe see from that angle, but the top tube is going to be more angled. The geometry overall is more relaxed. So again, that's one reason I got it. And so as a result, I should be a bit more comfortable, a bit more upright on it compared to the Ultimate. And hopefully that'll give me more comfort on those longer rides, especially with these beautiful 32 millimeter wheels. Other thing I want to point out is look at that integrated cockpit. Not a wire in sight. My Ultimate has a bunch of wires hanging out. That's fine, whatever. It was an older model, but not a wire in sight. I love that. It looks very pro in my opinion. All right, let's put the seat in. So I've tightened this to 7 Newton meters, and I'm going to very gently work it in. I have the advantage of comparing it to my other bike, so I'm going to kind of eyeball the seat height. And that's probably going to work right there. And then I'll just eyeball the angle and I'll do all the fine tuning on. Okay, I torqued the seat post and it's in. The bike is complete minus the pedals. Check it out. Beautiful frame, isn't it? I like that black on silver. Gorgeous bike, very integrated. Just need to put the pedals on. I'm going to mount this on the trainer and we'll go from there. Okay, I am on this bike. I've got it on the trainer for now, but the whole process maybe took me 45 minutes and I was being extra careful. And already I can feel the difference with the Ultimate. Definitely more relaxed geometry. Still, I still feel like I'm in a racing position though, but just a bit more upright and kind of more laid back. But it feels very smooth, very beautiful. So I'm gonna give it a ride on Ruby and see how that goes. But man, it feels really good. Here's me in the drops. See, I still can get nice and aero tucked in, but I'm definitely more compact. Not as stretched out as I was on the Ultimate, or as I am on the Ultimate. Made a few adjustments, but right now the handlebar width seems perfect. I'm not going to mess with that. Yeah, it's totally fine. Not too narrow, not too wide. Everything though feels really good. And I didn't think I'd like this physique saddle, but my first impression is not bad. Anyway, we'll see how it goes.